Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It is Rachel here with Makers Gonna Learn, your ultimate die cutting community. And today I have an awesome video teaching you guys the secret to making perfect HTV shirts every time. I'm gonna be showing you all the tips and tricks and products that we love to use, and even showing you an amazing cheat sheet that you guys can get with your membership at Makers Gonna Learn. I will show you that today. You guys are gonna be so excited to learn all of this goodness, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, first up we want to talk about our shirts, of course. So today we're going to be using an amazing Comfort Colors t-shirt. If you guys have been with us for a while, you know how much we love Comfort Colors. We find ours at Hobby Lobby, but you guys can find some on Amazon, at other stores online. But Hobby Lobby is a great place for us to get it. It's close to home, and it's also on sale very often. So we love to use our Comfort Color t-shirts, but really any t-shirt with a lot of cotton in it will do just fine. One thing I do want to note is that when we're using any type of HTV, you always want to make sure that you pre-shrink your shirts, or you can actually purchase pre-shrunk cotton shirts if you can find them. But we want you guys to pre-wash your shirts. Go ahead and shrink those out, especially if they're 100% cotton, because as you all know, we at Makers Gonna Learn have had some craft fails as well, not pre-washing our shirts and adding HTV on there, and it does not end well. The shirt will shrink, but the HTV does not, so it's all ripply and bunched up, and you do not want that. So go get a pre-shrunk shirt, or you can buy a bunch of these and pre-shrink them yourselves. It'd be great to do in batches, to buy 5 or 10 shirts and throw them all in the wash at once, just to get it done. And we would love to start practicing actually ourselves, buying a ton and pre-washing them and setting them in the craft space so that they're ready to craft whenever we are. We don't have to wait to pre-shrink them in the wash, but do definitely note that you do want to have that pre-shrunk. And then also we're going to be using our Easy Press, the second generation 9x9. You guys can use any Easy Press that you want, any size will do just fine. And then we are using our large Easy Press mat. This guy is 16 inches by 20 inches. We love him. If we recommend any mat to buy, it is the largest one. We love this mat. We're also, of course, going to need some black HTV for this. We have went ahead and cut out our design, but we're going to weed it with you and show you a bunch of tips and tricks to get it perfectly on your shirt. You're also going to need a measuring tape. It is very important to be able to measure your projects in Design Space to make sure that they match the material that you're using, the blank that you're using. In this case, it is a t-shirt. You're also going to need some weeding tools and a Cricut True Control knife. And I am very excited to show you guys step by step how to do this. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm just going to open up our shirt here and lay it down, and I'm going to remove our sticker. And now, guys, is the time where you really want to measure this. Before you cut in Design Space, after you get the cut file that you want in there, make sure you have a measuring tape to measure it. And we like to stay around 9 or 10 inches here, width-wise, on an adult large t-shirt. And if you guys are wondering, well, how exactly would I size a, an infant shirt or a youth shirt or something like that? Or how would I, size a 3X shirt, So we do have this amazing heat transfer vinyl sizing chart and placement chart in the membership. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that right now. So guys, here is our sizing chart. It is an amazing resource to use if you guys are just starting out and you're just not sure what size and which placement to place decals for shirts and things like that. This is a member-only perk of Makers Gonna Learn, but we did want to show you guys this just so you could see that this is just one of the many perks that you get being a member of Makers Gonna Learn. So guys, according to our amazing heat transfer vinyl sizing chart, with a large or an extra large shirt, we should keep it about 9 to 9.5 inches, which is right around here. And it tells us to place it 3 or 3.5 inches below the neckline. So this is just setting us up for success, guys. We have no guesswork in this, especially if you're a member of Makers Gonna Learn. We have over 1,700 digital cut files and 250 plus fonts, a lot of amazing printable guides, Facebook groups, and so much more. So definitely check it out at the link below if you haven't already. So now, guys, we're just gonna throw our shirt over to the side, and we're gonna get our mat out to be weeding. But guys, as you're weeding, this is an amazing time to go ahead and start your Easy Press and let it be heating up. So here's our easy press, and we're going to turn him on, and we're going to turn him to 315 degrees for 30 seconds, and then we're going to set him over to the side and let him heat up as we weed. So I can see that we have a little bit of extra vinyl over here that we can cut off, so I'm going to get my Cricut True Control knife. This is one of my favorite things in our craft space. I'm just going to cut this excess off, and you can add this to your scrap bin. And now I have two different weeding tools with me today. I have a regular Cricut weeder, and then I have a pen tool. This is from 651 Vinyl. It is a wonderful tool. It looks like an ink pen, but the end is a very sharp little pokey needle, and it helps to get into the little spots in these HTV and vinyl projects effortlessly. And I'll link this product down below as well. So I like to start on the corner of mine with my regular Cricut weeding tool. And then I place it down and just use my hands. I just pull it. I usually start from the sides and go around and work my way to the center, if that makes sense. Some people like to start from one end and pull it to the other. That's fine too. Usually I work my way around and I end up getting in the center anyways. So it's just however you guys want to do it. Be sure to pay attention about in between the letters and things like that. It can be hard to get in those sometimes. And don't be too worried about getting everything all at once. What you're trying to do now is just take away all of the big chunks so you can get those out of the way. And if you are starting out and you're like this and you're getting overwhelmed with all this excess here, all you have to do is take some scissors and trim away the excess. Just make sure that you are trimming what you have already weeded, of course, and that will of course help you not to ruin your project by accidentally cutting off something you need. So here is a lot of excess here. We just set it to the side, and our easy press is beeping at us. It is done. Perfect timing too. So just keep weeding this out. And now that you have the big pieces, I like to go in with my weeder tool here and peel these guys up. And now when you have this all weeded out, you guys know we love to flip our mat over and go with gravity and peel this up like that. And now you can read our awesome design: eat, sleep, craft, repeat. So this is what we're going to be putting on our shirt. All right, so now I'm going to bring our easy press mat in right here, and I'm going to lay our shirt over it. And now what I'm going to do, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to make sure that we have plenty of room for my shirt here. And now I'm going to go get the easy press after I've kind of, with my hand, removed a lot of wrinkles. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to run it across the whole top of the shirt. Now, you do not have to be this thorough. You don't have to, of course, run it over a ton of the shirt. You can just place it right where your image is going. I like to go a little bit further than that around the edges here. And not only does this remove wrinkles, guys, but if you are in a craft space that may be a little damper, like maybe downstairs, basement, or garage, then that also helps draw moisture out, because we don't want any moisture on our shirts when we are trying to adhere heat transfer vinyl on them. So as this guy is cooling, we're going to do another fun trick, okay? So this is going to be the secret to making sure that your shirt is centered up where you lay your decal, because we know how big we need it, we know how far down from the neckline we need it, but we need some guidance on right where to put it in the center. So this is how you do that. We're going to take one half of the shirt and fold it completely over, and now we're going to make sure that the neckline and the sleeves all match up. So as you can see, we're just kind of fiddling with our neck piece here, making sure that's good and even there. And I'm just going to pick it up and kind of shake it a little bit to make sure that it's going to fall evenly for us. And this looks nice and even. So once you're happy with that, you're going to scoot it over to the side a bit. And my shirt's still warm. Your shirt can be too. It's not going to really matter at all. We're going to take your easy press again, and we're going to press it right on this crease here. Now it's okay if it's making a little bit of these ripples. You can see that really is not going to make a difference. Just heat it for a bit here. Now remove that heat press, and we're just gonna unfold our t-shirt. And it's very faint, so I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna bring you in a bit. Hopefully you can see it a little bit better. But right here at the neckline, we have a perfectly straight line all the way down our t-shirt. So we have a mark of right where we need to place our decal to be perfectly straight on our t-shirt. So this is a hack that Tanner actually came up with. I cannot take credit for this hack, and it is an amazing one, especially when you're a beginner and you really want some guidance on where the middle is on your t-shirt. And the good thing about this is that it's such a faint line that it's not going to interfere with your design or anything like that. And of course, when you heat it again, it's just going to fall right away. So now we're going to take our design here, and we're just going to lay it down. Just lay it down somewhere. It really doesn't matter where. And now we're going to take our measuring tape and measure it from the top. So I'm about right at 3 inches from the top there, but I don't think it's particularly in the middle. And another great tip, guys, is to fold your transfer paper. So don't fold it transfer paper to transfer paper, but fold it edge to edge on your design. So we're going to fold ours edge to edge, and the middle is about right here. You just want to move this guy around to make sure he's in the middle. So that right there is pretty well in the middle. So now we're going to go up to the very top here, guys, and we're going to pinch. Just pinch that right up there. And then we're going to go in the bottom, same place, and we're going to pinch. And now when you open that up, I don't know if you can see that, there's little grooves right here where we have marked the middle. And now, guys, all you have to do is lay it right down and match up those lines, just like that. And now we can take our measuring tape again, and it's right at 3 inches. You can bring it down if you want to, but personally I think this looks great. So our little notches right here and our little line goes right through our shirt. So this looks amazing. So now, guys, a lot of questions we get are, do I need a Teflon sheet? You really don't need a Teflon sheet when you're doing simple crafts like this. So once you have it positioned perfectly and flawlessly with all the tips and tricks that we just gave you, go ahead and take your heat press, and we're going to start on one side. We're going to hit that button. And the reason why we don't want to try to get it all is because we might miss a little bit on the edges, because this is a bit bigger than 9x9, and our easy press plate is 9x9. So we're just going to do it one half and then the other half. And make sure you're giving some good pressure as well. Just 2 hands, press down pretty firmly. And another great tip, guys, is that you cannot really burn this heat transfer vinyl. It's very hard to do. So now I'm just going to pick this up and move it up that way. Press it again. But guys, it's very hard to burn this. Again, I will link a video down below where I literally tried to burn HTV. I was testing whether or not you need a Teflon sheet, because that is a good protective sheet that a lot of people recommend. And I tried to burn up some socks. I did, and it didn't work. And we, of course, previously to that, still have never burnt our HTV. So do not be worried about kind of overlapping one word with double the heat. So now I'm going to lift this guy up and place him back in his cradle. And you might see a hair of discoloration up here. This goes away. I don't know what it is, guys. Pink and red are the worst colors to do it with, but give it just a few minutes and that little discoloration will fade. But I'm going to try and get in really close here so you guys can see some bubbles. So I hope that you can. There's a lot of bubbles on this design. Oh, here you can see them on the A. Here, all those tiny little bubbles, see? Bubbles are a great sign. It means that we have done our job well. So any kind of design like this needs a warm peel. So it's still very hot. So we're just going to let it cool for just a few seconds here. And then we'll be able to start on one end and very slowly peel it. And now that it's cooled down some, we're just going to start in a corner here. And we're just going to peel back. Get a good tight peel on it too, guys. And be sure to be looking out for any pieces that aren't sticking well. If a piece isn't sticking well and you see it, just put this right back over, get your heat press, and just press it again with your easy press. But it looks to me like everything is sticking really well here. And yeah, that looks perfect. So now, guys, you have a beautiful shirt. It's in the center. It's 3 inches down from the neckline. It is perfectly straight and in the middle. And this is a great way to have success with all of your HTV projects. what did you guys think of our amazing shirt here? I think it looks amazing. It's perfectly centered. It's in the middle. It's exactly how far down it needs to be, and it's going to be perfect for you. Whether you make this for yourself, a family member, or you have our yearly membership and you have that free commercial license that you're taking advantage of, where you can sell what you make using our cut files and fonts, they need to look professional. And this is definitely a way to get success no matter what type of t-shirt you're doing. This is a great little way to ensure that you will have the perfect placement every time. And you guys can go ahead and thank the amazing Makers Gonna Learn printable guide for that. I absolutely love referencing that guide. It is such a help when doing projects like these. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. As always, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment if you have any questions or comments. And guys, subscribe if you haven't already to see more amazing crafty videos like this one. Until next time, guys, see ya!